Well, welcome back everybody. We're over at the woods. This is what we call the woods. It's a piece of property owned by my aunt. She is kind enough to let us tap here. We have somewhere in the neighborhood of 130 bags that we hang on the trees. And next year, next sugaring season, we're hoping to have a tubing system here like we have at the winery. That's hopefully going to be some videos here through the summer, installing that here. We were planning on tapping over the weekend, but we had a pretty bad blow over the weekend. It was snowing sideways and 40-mile-an-hour gusts and whatnot. So that's kind of not conducive to hanging plastic bags on trees and hoping they stay there. So we put things off. Today's Monday. President's Day, it's the 19th of February. We're a little bit later than we usually are over here, but that's okay. We'll take what we can get. So that's it for now. We got to get going and get things hung here. All right, so these are the sap bags that we use. They're just a recyclable plastic bag, and these are the sap bag holders we made. I think I figured I was able to make them for about 45 cents a piece. Just a zip tie holds them on, and these will fill right up with 4 gallons of sap to overflowing and not pull out of the pull the tap out of the tree or pull off the holder. I have a small lathe at home, and I chuck these in the lathe and then cut a groove in here for the zip tie to get a good bite on it. But so we're right here next to the truck. We're gonna tap this tree. I'll hand the bag to Megan for a second. Just like with the vacuum lines, we're just looking for a clear spot on the tree. This one hasn't been tapped before, so it shouldn't be too difficult. So just pop a hole in it. Oh, getting a little bit of leaking. And these are the taps we use for the bags. I also have some stainless steel ones in my pouch here. And then we just hang the bag on just like that. And these are the stainless steel spouts we use. These are reusable. We clean them at the end of the year and then actually just throw them in the air fryer at 300 degrees for 15 or 20 minutes to sterilize them. So we're off and running. So on this tree is a good example of how we alternate the holes. There's a tap hole there, there's one there, there's one here. Every year they say left to right. I use about the width of my hand as a guide, and usually up and down. This might be a little close, but because these are bags, we try not to hang them too high on the tree because it's hard to take them down. So there's a hole there, a hole there, a hole there. And now we're going to put a hole on this again right here. And probably if Megan walks around to the other side of the tree there, there's, I think, holes on the other side of this one. This one's a 2-tapper. Probably a similar kind of pattern over there. Can you see it? Yeah, there's there. This might be a little bit close, but so we're just going to keep going up here so that. Oh, yeah, there's one there. So I take that back. We'll drop down and probably right about here do this year's. So Megan can grab a couple bags. We got about, I'd say, what, 15 in now? Mm-hmm. As Megan pans back through the woods here, you can see the bags on the trees. So when we're all done, we'll show you what it looks like. So here's an example of an oops. So I saw that old tap hole there, and I saw this old tap hole over here. And with these transition lenses, they're dark and I didn't notice, but there's a tap hole, an old tap hole right there, and that's where I drilled the hole. But the wood chips, or the dust, wood chips, whatever that came out of it, were nice and white. So hopefully we'll have a good hole. Holes in the tree now, so we'll just have to live with it and pay more attention next time. Alright, well, we're done. We got 125 bags hung up. We ran out of taps. We got that tree right there gets 2. This tree right here gets 2. The one over by the oil tank gets 1, and then there's one right over there on the corner that gets 1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more bags to hang up, and that will give us 131 over here and 94 at the winery. If my math is correct, that should give us 225 taps. But zoom in a little bit, you can see all the bags on the trees. Some of them were dribbling a little bit. So hopefully next year we got gray tubing up in here, which is going to be a little harder to see, make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. And we do have a few up there by the road. So that is it. We're going to go load up the mule and call it a day and wait for the sap to flow tomorrow. Just remember to like and subscribe. If you hit the subscribe button when we do put out new videos, you'll get a notification. And again, if you got any questions, comments, please leave them and we'll try to get them answered or addressed. Well, we're back over at the woods today. Justin and Megan got here before I did. I had to go take care of a doctor's appointment first. You see Megan's over there in the woods on the tractor, and Justin's barking orders at her. But it looks like they've got about, probably 20 or 25 or so bags empty. We collected about 200 gallons at the winery this morning. Had a couple of pretty nice days. Unfortunately, it's not supposed to freeze up again until Saturday. And then it's supposed to be above freezing again for 4 or 5 days. So not a very good start to our season, but we'll do what we can with what's given to us. So I guess I better put the phone down and get to work. So just in case you were wondering how much these taps hold hanging on a tree, so there's the tap, and there's the sap inside it, inside the bag. The bag is as full as it can get. It's dripping on the ground. So there's 4 gallons at about 8 pounds a gallon. So you got about 32 pounds or so hanging on that tap, and they hold up just fine. Well, we're back from the woods. You can hear it. We got the RO running. We got about, well, we're going to have 400 gallons in here. We ended up collecting about, we figure about 275 gallons from the woods today and 200 gallons from the winery. So that was about 475 for the day, so that's pretty good. So we'll have this tank filled up. We'll run the RO through the night tonight and all day tomorrow. And then first thing Saturday morning, probably going to be boiling. So that's it.